Tommy steps into the ring. He's only 9 and he's shown great promise already.
The trainer said what he likes about him is he listens, because he's not a talker, he does listen. And that's what they're doing now, he's learning. So when he does start sparring, he'll know what he's doing. This is sort of like, because they have juniors, seniors, but this is a Saturday morning kind of like session, really. It's not really kids' day, but because I've only got him this weekend, I bring him here on Saturday morning.
Did you box when you were a kid?
I tried it, but I didn't have discipline, to be honest. I was too old, I was smoking, fucking blah, 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 you know, I didn't have that fucking... Started getting in a lot of trouble, so, you know what I mean? I didn't have that fucking discipline, no parental guidance, more than anything. Well, I heard an interesting thing, and I quite like this. I think it was Keith Richards who said this, and remember, he said, when you have a child, it almost gives you your own childhood back. So you see things that maybe you forgot about. So I enjoy that, yeah, I really do, yeah. Watching him grow up, you know. Yeah, so yeah, it's like a good chance for me. He's giving me a reason to live. I've also got a reason to live anyway, but like he more gives me a reason to live. You know what I mean? I enjoy spending as much time with him as possible. And we have fun, you know. He's good, you know. He's an athlete, he's very athletic, played football, he's been boxing for a couple of years. He's a bright kid. He's got an inquisitive mind. And I love him dearly, you know. Every single time I speak to him, I tell him I love him, you know what I mean? All the time. He probably gets pissed off at me saying it, but I always tell him. I want to make him confident, I want to make him feel secure. He gets that from his mother and whoever, but when he's around me, I'm very, you know, I love him, yeah. As he said, there's 5 Tommies in my family. My great-grandfather, my grandfather, my father. I'm the 4th one, and my boy's the 5th one. So. What
sort of father are you compared to the father that you had?
My father was a very loving man, really. You know what I mean? He in my formative years, he was an alcoholic, and he was crazy and wild, but deep down he was a good man, you know what I mean? And he did his best by me. I could sit here and criticise a million things. One of the things he used to say to me, you're always good at bringing the past up, son. Which maybe I was at the time, you know, always, when he'd sobered up and he was dead clean, and now and then I'd come out with. But he was a good man and he loved me, and I loved the ground my son walks on, 100%. My mother was born in Ireland, which I only quite recently found out because she was raised in Glasgow, but when she was 2 years old, she was taken to Scotland. So yeah, both sides of my family are Irish, really, yeah. Although I'm born in England, but I'm, still got the...
Warrington, you're from Warrington?
Yeah, but we didn't spend all my childhood there. We moved around a lot. We lived in a caravan for 5 years in a place called Calshot, just outside Southampton. My father was working on a refinery down there. And we moved around. I went to 10 different schools. I was born in Warrington, yeah, that's where I was born. But my family were Irish, Scottish, and I grew up around them with that same sense of humour, really. As you know what I mean. You know, I was actually an altar boy. I'm not even an altar boy. I'm a Church of England president, but I ended up in a Catholic convent and they made me an altar boy. Because what happened, my mother lost the house. She couldn't keep up the rent payments. My father was in the Merchant Navy, so we lost the house. We ended up in the convent, taken into care. 1 minute I've been outside playing, not got a clue what's going on. Next thing I've come home and there's 2 people there taking us in a car to Liverpool and no real explanation of anything. Next thing, we turned up in this huge old-fashioned fucking convent and we just plonked in there. I cried for 3 days. I mean, I was 7 or 8, you know what I mean? But I did. They're strange people anyway, the Catholics in general, especially ones who were, you know what I mean, and run by nuns. It's like, wow. I mean, I got some beatings off them, you know what I mean? I did literally get some proper beatings off them. But, yeah, but I'm not looking back on that in sadness. It was character building, but at the time when it happened, it was quite devastating. Like, one minute we're here now, and the next thing I'm fucking sat in a convent. And all these people, I didn't know what a nun was. No mummy's kisses and no daddy's smiles. It always makes me laugh when I hear that, because that's how I felt, you know what I mean? It was a bit strange, them nuns, especially in the 60s, you know what I mean?
Is that what they used to say?
No, that's how I tried to paint the picture of it, you know what I mean? It was weird, yeah. Hey, but my mother's a wild Glaswegian. Well, as I said, she was born in Ireland but raised in Glasgow in the 30s and grew up in a convent herself, so she was a bit mad anyway. They said, your father's coming and you're getting out of here. And I remember he turned up late and we was waiting hours and hours and hours in this sort of like hallway. My sister, there was like a long winding staircase and she's running down it going, daddy, 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 you know, because we both fucking made up to be getting out of there, you know what I mean? Yeah.
How long were you in total in the home together, you and your sister?
I think about a year and a half. And it wasn't a home, it was a convent, which is a big difference. I've been in children's homes, which are all very nice, but convent's slightly different. It's like a big mansion. I started getting in trouble. I was in a couple of Borstal detention centres. I ended up doing sort of like 7 custodial sentences before I was 21. I just ran wild. There was no parental guidance. I remember I spent 5 Christmases in there, and I remember on the 5th Christmas thinking, you know, there's got to be more to life than this, you know what I mean?
Did they come and visit you when you were in there?
My father did, and I think my mother came once drunk, and I wish she hadn't have come, you know what I mean? 'Cause it was quite embarrassing, you know what I mean, on a visit, and they fucking turn up pissed, you know what I mean? So I was a bit cringing about that one. I was 14, I was in a detention centre, and my father came up to me and said, well, no, he actually didn't come up to me, he wrote me a letter and just said, your mother won't be here when you get back. Yeah, well, she's dead and gone. She died at 59, so, you know, she died in 1996, a long time ago.
But you do have now this young Tommy, you have your boy.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
And, I mean, do you feel that was like a sort of second chance at life? Do you think that was like, after all of that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I am 58 years old, but if you didn't know me, you'd probably think I was about 12 the way I act. And I feel that way. We're spending really good quality time together, so, you know, there's good things coming out of it. I'm happy, you know what I mean? I'm happy. I enjoy being alive, I really do. Even when mad shit goes down, I'm happy, you know what I mean?
Do you think maybe it's because you've been incarcerated and had your freedom taken away that now you're appreciating life more?
Maybe, yeah. I'm appreciating being alive as well, because so many of my friends are dead. Most of my real good close friends that I've made through life are all dead, all of them. Drink, drugs, car crashes, life, fucking catching up with your things happened, and that's why I said I can't believe I'm still here.
What's in the future, immediate future for you and Tommy?
Well, at the end of the day, he's going to do well for himself. I'm going to travel a lot and I'm going to have fun, and we're going to become closer. So, you know, that's good enough for me at the moment.